Nana, a part of me left when you did. We may not be together, but we are never far apart. Thank you for everything. You are my hero. I love you always, today, tomorrow, and forever.
My mommy, my beautiful mommy, my hero, my idol, my world, my everything. Dance, sing and be free till we meet again. Love and miss you. Rest in paradise forever.
I love you always, today, tomorrow, and forever. Your darling Andy.
Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was a last minute kind of tribute video to her gran who passed away, and I want to explain what we did and why we did it. But thank you for watching, and if you want to get in touch with Andy, you can go to her Instagram, send her a message, or drop a comment below and I'll get those messages to her. It was basically just a dance tribute video to her gran, and we wanted to put it on video and try to celebrate some of her life, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. First things first, I want to thank Andy and Nikki Truter, her mother, for trusting me and allowing me to film this for them, but also for you guys, so that I can start the series where I want to do more cinematic clips and then jump to a screen like this where I try to explain to you guys what I did and what gear I used and what shots we did, and so on. So I want to personally start shooting more cinematic clips for my YouTube, but to make them fit in the range of what my YouTube is, which is more tutorials, I want to be able to jump to this screen where I talk about what I did, why I did it, which troubles I had, stuff like that, behind the scenes footage. And this was the way I thought about doing it. So I'll put the cinematic clip up first, and then we'll jump into behind the scenes and talking over it, and then I'll play the cinematic clip again right at the end. Before we jump into all the technical talk, I want to ask you to please subscribe, click the bell, drop a comment on anything you need me to explain that I didn't go over in this video. Or if you just want to leave Andy a message, drop it in the comments below. I have noticed that we are picking up on subscribers. We are still about 8% of you are subscribed, the people who watch my videos, and about 91% is not subscribed. So please click the subscribe button. It really helps the videos, and the likes and the comments. It all helps the algorithm so people see more of my content. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for being with me in this YouTube journey. Okay, so we're going to jump into the gear. The reason behind these videos is I want to take a certain camera and a certain lens combination. So say I want to take a6000 and a certain lens and do a video on it, and then show you guys what you can do with that combination of stuff. But it's also a way for me to practice. So I want to do some cinematic clips of dances because I have access to a lot of them, or maybe cinematics and something else. But right now I want to take certain gear and certain cameras and certain lights and then create something cinematic, and then we can talk about it like this, and then it gives me a reason to practice filmmaking. Whereas right now I make a lot of behind the scenes and I make a lot of like talking to the camera stuff, which is me filming me, but I would like to film other people and try and create something other than just me talking to the camera. So this is a personal project for me to want to practice, but also to try fit it into my YouTube and how the YouTube is set up. I need to talk about behind the scenes to make it kind of like a learning experience for you guys. Let's jump right into what gear I used for this one. So this week I have had the Sigma 1835 art lens, which is the 1.8 version, and it's a Canon lens, but I had it on loan from Fotorental. So they loaned it to me for a week. So I've been doing a bunch of stuff with it. If you've been on my channel before, you've seen the vlog I did. I think it went up yesterday. And then I did a model shoot, which will go up soon. If you want to see those photos, it is on my Instagram already, and I'm giving away a preset. And then I did those two videos, and then I did a vlog on the lens, trying to use it as much as possible. Lens wise, we use the 1835 Sigma lens. It's a 1.8 f-stop all the way through the zoom range, which is the art lens. It's a great crop sensor lens. It's a Canon lens, but I used the MC11 adapter on my Sony, and it paired perfectly well. It felt like a native lens. The autofocus was quick, it was snappy. For photos especially, no change. Video, I didn't seem to notice a difference in autofocus, but I also don't do as much video as most people, so I can't tell you 100%, but I had no issues tracking a dancer moving at full speed. So great lens on a full frame. It is an APS-C lens, so crop sensor lens. A 16mm lens on a crop sensor camera is basically a 24mm. So we had a 24mm 1.8 lens on my Sony a7 III. And because we are shooting 4K on a 6K sensor, it's downsampling and we're not really losing much detail. So the great benefit of the APS-C lens on a full frame body is we're not really losing detail. All right, and then like I said, I paired it with my a7 III, which is a full frame camera. I could have done it on this a6400, but I wanted to see how it handles in a full frame situation, because when I do my videos, I try to use my full frame. I do the vlogs and the talking head stuff to this because I can see the screen. But I wanted to pair it with that camera just to like really give it a test. All right, and then we use the Zhiyun Weebill S gimbal to do the smooth shots. So all the stuff you see where I'm following, or just like anything that's super smooth, that was all on the Weebill S. And then I took it off the gimbal a bit to try and get some handheld footage, because it gives it a little bit of shakiness and it makes it feel a bit real. And because the video goes from her being quite sad to being quite happy, I wanted some of it to look a bit intense and struggly. So the handheld footage helped a lot with that. The last thing I didn't have, which I wish I had, is an ND filter for the lens. It's a 72mm thread, whereas I only have a 67mm thread, and I don't want to buy a ND filter when I'm gonna have to give the lens back at the end of the day, and I don't have a lens that big. So the biggest one I have is 67. So what we had a problem with is we started before sunrise, which was quite dark, so the 1.8 worked like a bomb. So when the sun came up, we had to compensate for the light with something, and we didn't have a filter, so we had to push the f-stop up. So we went from about 1.8 in the beginning to like 5.6 towards the end of when we started, and it only took us about an hour and a half, and the sun was already up. That's the only one problem I wish I could have fixed with an ND filter. Okay, so camera settings and picture profile. So we shot everything in 4K 24p. We did some 120p slow-mo in 1080. Okay, and then the camera was on 125 ISO f1.8 where we could. As the day went on, we obviously pushed that up, and then we had it on 1/50th of a second for the 4K and 1/250th of a second for slow-mo. Obviously double your frame rate, that's the 180-degree rule. Okay, so in the picture profiles on the Sony a7 III, I had it on HLG3, and then I had a certain number of settings on that change, which I'll put on screen so you guys can see it. But HLG3 is my favorite so far. It gives me a lot of dynamic range, and it doesn't push my ISO up high like S-Log. Regarding editing, I do shoot in HLG3, like I said, so there is a little bit of color grading, but I'm not doing huge things. The one thing I did, which also naturally happened, was I tried to start the video out very blue, and as the video goes through, it gets very warm. So it goes from a very cold scene where it's kind of sad to a very happy scene where it's kind of warm and orange and pretty. This is not something I came up with. I saw this in a film on Peter McKinnon's channel. We had a 72-hour film challenge. There's a guy called Etienne Mallet, I think that's how you say it, and the film was called Rendezvous. And I didn't even see this when I watched the video. I only saw it because Peter McKinnon explained it. It goes from a very cold shot to a very warm shot. So when you're watching it, it changes so slowly that you don't see it. But if you go to the first shot and the last shot, it's very orange and very blue. So what we did is the same. However, it wasn't only editing that did that. Because we shot at sunrise with the clouds, it was very blue automatically, and then as we went through, the sun started coming through the clouds, so it naturally just got warmer. Even though it did get warmer by itself, I did go from the first shot and made sure it was blue, and as I went through, I was just making a bit more warm temperature fill the shot as I went through. So if you look at this first frame and the last frame, you can see how much different it is, even though it's not something you would pick up on like super easily. If you did see that, let me know in the comments below. But I don't want to take credit for this idea. It is something I saw, it was inspiring, and as I was editing this video, I saw it in the clip, and then I just tried to follow it through all the way through to the end. And then when I was editing, the song obviously was chosen later. There's these dips in music where you hear them talking. Now that felt very empty to me, so I asked Andy and her mom to voice record me. They did it with their phones, clips of like almost like a message to their grand, so that I could fill those gaps with it. And then that's why the audio is not perfect, because they filmed it with their phones. All right, and then I planned to do behind the scenes video so you could see what we were doing, but because it was sunrise and it was a bit of a last minute shoot, no one was available to come and film that for me, so we didn't film any behind the scenes, so we're just talking over this. But in future, when I do these, I will flash 2 behind the scenes clips so you don't have to just look at my face. All right, thanks again for watching. I really enjoyed doing this. I really enjoyed the edit. I really enjoyed finding a song and then making it work to the song. It was nice that it was such a special video as a first video where it wasn't just a random dance clip. So I'm very thankful to Andy and her mom for letting me do this. And please do me a favor, go to their Instagram, go to the comments below, drop them a message. They'd love to hear from you guys. So let us know what you thought about the video, and if you loved her dancing, go follow her. She does a lot of other stuff, so please interact with us. And I just want to thank them again for letting me use this clip. And then lastly, I want to just thank Fotorental and Camera&Settings for loaning me the lens for the week so that I had it to do this video with. It's also a great test run for me to test gear where I don't like want to own the lens, but I want to try it out, or I want to do a video for you guys on the lens, but I don't want to buy one, and sometimes I struggle to find one to test. So thanks to them for loaning it to me. If you want to check them out, there are links down below to their Facebook pages and their Instagrams, and then I obviously has their logos. So go check them out, tell them I sent you, say what's up, and if you have anything specific you want to rent to try, they have a lot of stuff available, so go check them out. And thanks again for letting me use the lens. And then this is not a sponsored video. They did not pay me to use the lens. There's no special agreement here. I just needed a place to rent some stuff so that I could test it without having to own it, and they organized for me. Not sponsored, but I just want to thank them for letting me use the stuff, because it's making the content for you guys a lot more diverse. So thanks again. Okay, so that's the end of it. Please remember, like, subscribe, click the bell, comment, do all that cool stuff. It really supports the channel, and I'm really trying to make this a full-time thing. But I'm gonna let the video run again, so if you want to watch it a second time, here it comes. And please do me a favor, click the share button, share it to your Facebook, share it with your Facebook friends, your WhatsApp friends, some photography groups. I'd love to hear from more of you guys so that it's more of a conversation in the comments. If you want me to film a cinematic clip in a specific setting or mode or lens, or a specific dance style you want me to do on, just let me know in the comments and I'll try and make it happen for you. Anyway, enjoy the video.
Nana, a part of me left when you did. We may not be together, but we are never far apart. Thank you for everything. You are my hero. I love you always, today, tomorrow, and forever.
hero, my idol, my world, my everything. Dance, sing and be free till we meet again. Love and miss you. Rest in paradise forever.
I love you always, today, tomorrow, and forever. Your darling Andy.